The first time that I heard of Six and Out was through Gav Robertson. I'd met him at the cricket a little while before, and we kind of started a mutual kind of friendship because he loved music, I loved cricket. Gav got in touch, he said they were doing an album with the great Garth Porter, and asked me if I'd come along, and I was more than happy to come along and get involved with Six and Out. I rocked up to the studio, which was at Botany at Garth Porter's house, so immediately I'm already in awe of the fact I'm hanging out with Australian cricketers and I'm going to Garth Porter's house. So that kind of probably took centre stage, and the learning the lyrics to Totally Average Man came a little bit after that.
I like the fact he screams out the, I'm in a totally average band. Hey! That bit, it cracks me up.
But it was one of those shoot from the hip things. They kind of plonked the words in front of me. We all had a laugh and, yeah, went in there and recorded the song. And I reckon we probably only did a few takes of it. The boys did a real good job.
I'm going to go out there on a limb and say it's the best song we ever did.
Yeah.
It's not a big field, and it's not that high a bar, but I reckon that's the best one we ever did.
Yeah.
Oh, is he going to sing it tonight?
No, we wouldn't do that to him.
I can't wait to get up with Six and Out. I've never done it before. I know that the boys have seen the Jets play all over the country and the Angels, but to be able to be in the same town, I didn't know if this was going to work out, but when the boys told me the date and I knew I was in town, I was like, I can't wait. Now I can put another name on my resume of the bands that I've fronted.
To me, this is prior to the show starting, that's probably most enjoyable because you got the energy, the nerves, the crowd starting to build. Fingers crossed we'll go all right tonight, but this is the moment I love. I love this. But, prior to going to bowling, you sort of feel pumped, you feel the energy. I'm excited.
Well, you asked me why I was interested in psychology. Have you not met the other band members?
I found it. The secret recipe, right? This is for Buzz's guitar. He's always squeaky. Hey, Buzzard.
Come with me. Cheeks, come with me.
Throw
Cheeks,
some
come
of that
with
on
me.
your guitar, can you?
Hey? I'll put some of that on.
The personalities in the band are quite distinct. You've got Gavin Robertson, who, as I mentioned, he's a Rob Hurst. He takes it very seriously. Robbo always has a new outfit for every gig. He's often got his sleeves cut off.
Well, I just did it because my arms had just gotten so big. I just thought,
Is that a pillowcase? Brett thinks he is a music tragic and a bass player, but Brett's very, centred and down the line.
Don't we need to start as soon as it finishes?
Calm down. Calm down. Calm.
How's your Gregory Peck?
Why are you nervous? You've done, well, we're trying to work out how many gigs you've done. We think between 250 to 400.
Dave Gleason's here. He loves you. Mate, this is like a bucket list thing for me.
Richard Cheekwee, our front man, Cheeks he thinks he's the Asian Mick Jagger, and he is. He can own an audience.
Lucky enough to go see Cole Chisel last night. I saw Jimmy drink it. Is that the same stuff Jimmy's drinking?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
What is it?
Can't tell you, it's a national secret.
Brad McNamara and I we take the piss a little bit more. You eating all the nuggets, Buzzard?
There you go, mate.
They're the
The
Marmalade
bloody
boys.
Marmalade boys have put about 10 boxes away over here. Fair dinkum.
Yes, he's cutting his sleeves off. You beauty. That works.
Feel radical like this.
That's better.
Yeah.
I actually quite like it.
That's
I
actually
reckon it's a
good.
massive improvement.
Yeah. the pillowcase wasn't great.
Massive improvement, Chris Isaac.
I got that from a $1.50 at the Vinnies down the road today.
I'm surprised they charge you that much.
Who signed it?
What do you blokes reckon? This is a much better concept, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway, give that back to Chris Isaac.
Yeah.
Can't you? What can you use the sleeves for?
No. We go into the dressing room, and next minute we just start singing songs. And a fair few of those songs were songs by the Screamin' Jets. So can you put your hands together for one of our great friends,
Our special guest for the evening.
Mr. Dave Gleason?
Yeah, boy.
Want a bit of class to the joint.
Now, I'm going to say, I think you boys wasted a lot of time playing cricket when you could have been one of the best rock bands in the world. Ah. You spend so much more time off stage together than you do on stage together. I used to sing for the Angels. I love the Dragons. That's what makes it all fun. The getting on stage is just the cream on top.
remember sitting in the band room before a gig and we'd always fight over what is the set list. The boys would say, hang on, it's an older crowd tonight, so we should have Brown Eyed Girl in there, or no, it's a younger crowd, we should do some Blink 182. So I thought I'd take on the Cap Zero. I said, boys, let's have a little bit of quiet, please, in the change room. Everyone just coming a little bit closer. And I said, as a band, we're not great. So as musicians, we're probably less than competent. But I said, there's one thing we all have, we have presence. So when you walk out there tonight, pretend you're walking out at Wembley in front of 150,000 people and own it. And Brett gets up and goes, 1, 2, 3, 6 and out. And Cheeks walks out and Robbo starts tapping his drums, walked out. And Brad McNamara turned to me and said, that was easy. He said, you only got one thing wrong there, Shane. There's only 150 out there, not 150,000.
Tell you what, not bad for Cheekwee's understudy. Not bad.
I never thought I'd be shouldering arms on stage. Some of the greatest New South Wales cricketers that ever graced the stage.
You know what I reckon? I reckon let's just keep on rocking. You know, I always like, I mean, people say to you, did you ever handle pressure or the stress of cricket? Because, to be honest, cricket has a lot of that. And I would come back from cricket training and you'd be a bit stressed and I'd go straight to my bedroom, lock the door, I'd play drums for an hour and a half. The mailman would never, ever come into the room and stop me. And I think it was like a fun way of de-stressing, but it also gave me this other interest. I'm just getting old. I'm getting old, man. Yeah, I literally, I was at work at 2SM and I've been doing this radio show for 20 years. And I remember I would get this pain on the left-hand side of my, top of my eye. And it would be once a week or maybe once a fortnight, but it just felt weird. See, about 27 years ago, myself and Steve Waugh met Charlie Teo because he loved cricket, so we just became friends. I was just hosting, and off the cuff at the ad break, I just messaged him and said, hey, mate, I get this weird feeling. Does this sound a bit weird to you? And I get a message back, says, call me. And I ring him straight away when I get to the Giants AFL, which I've been sort of there since day one. He said, where are you now? I said, I'm at the Giants AFL, I'm working. He goes, no, you're not. Come and see me now. I thought, yeah, I'll get there soon. I just got to, no, come now. And I drove to Prince of Wales. The nurse came and said, come with me. And I followed straight to the MRI and I had this MRI done. And I'm thinking, I'm going to get to see Charlie Teo now. I don't. I go upstairs, he's busy. She says, he'll get the information and the disc and then he'll call you. And I'm thinking, geez, I haven't heard from him for 5 days. Things must be cool. And then the next morning I wake up and I'm going to the Richmond Football Club to do some stuff. And he rings. I say, hey, mate, how you going? He goes, g'day, mate, it's your brain surgeon calling. And I stupidly go, look, mate, I know you're a brain surgeon. You don't need to prove yourself with me. I mean, he goes, well, I will be today. And he goes, you've got a tumour in the left-hand side of your temple. It's the size of a golf ball. And he says, get to the airport now.
Charlie Teo gave me a call one afternoon 5 years ago, I think it was, and said, look, there's really bad news with Robbo. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, well, I've just seen his scans. He's got a really serious form of brain cancer and it doesn't look too positive. I said, what are you talking about? That can't be true. And he said, it is. And can you give Gav a call? I need to get him back to Sydney to get him on a plane. Gav basically drove straight to the airport in Melbourne. I came from Cronulla to Sydney Airport, picked Gav up literally 2 hours later, drove into Prince of Wales Hospital where Charlie Teo was there ready to operate, and literally 4 hours later, Gavin had been operated on.
Yeah, when I first found out that Robbo was crook or he was going to have an operation, I actually don't even know where I was, but I just knew where I had to be. And that was at the hospital. So I just remember driving straight to the hospital, and there he was, and he had tubes coming in and out of him. He had, you know, bandages everywhere. So I just held his hand.
You got to wait 2 weeks for your full results to come back. Charlie said, I've sent you the email, the letter, and it wasn't good news. So I was a GBM4, and then it has a sentence underneath which defines your possible living, which I think for me was 5 to 14 months.
We've been mates for almost 50 years, so almost like, an illness in the family. So it was a huge shock at the time and a very scary moment for what was one of our band of brothers.
When I heard that news for the first time, it's absolutely devastating. And I remember we all got together at his house and just sat there in disbelief and just listened.
It's had a massive effect on me. These guys are my brothers.
So sometimes these sorts of things in life can just hit you from nowhere, you know? I suppose it just took me back to a lesson I learned in 1995 when I was stuck in a bad area too in life in Parramatta Park. And an old man said to me, whatever you get handed in life, you're normal, because everyone else, so many other people go through it. You either decide to live or you either decide to die. So you've got to make a decision, and that's all you got to do. And that's just for anyone in life, really. So I think we're just lucky to have a life, so we just do our best. It's like batting. I want to score the most horrible, crawly-looking 88 runs, snicking them through slips for 2 or 4, but I'd love to sneak my way to 88. That'll do me. I never got a first-class century in my life. I only got 99, but right now I'd love 88. Sorry, boys.
That sort of adversity, you don't know how you're going to handle it till you're faced with it.
I often ask myself, how would I be in that situation? And if I could be half as strong and as positive as he's been through this, I reckon I'd be doing well. I've never once heard him complain about what he's had to go through. I've never once heard him say, why me? He's been an absolute inspiration and a lesson for everyone.
Unfortunately, when you've got stage 4 glioblastoma, it's not a great result. But the great thing with Gavin Robertson, it's picked on the wrong person, and he's dedicated, he's committed. You know, he's fighting every single day, and he's just a terrific bloke. And you know, he's just the world's greatest bloke, and he's been almost like another big brother to me. And we just had a great bond from the first day that we met.
I think you can worry about too much sometimes, and Rob has just focused on not worrying too much about the diagnosis, but how can I turn that around, and how can I make that positive, and how can I enjoy my life and make every moment, a good experience going forward. And he's looking at the future, and I think that's fantastic. He's a great role model for all of us, how to handle difficult situations, make it positive, but not make it about yourself, make it about everyone else. And he's always had that skill and that gift of making everyone feel as if they're valued and wanted.
We got a call from Charlie Teo. Charlie said, look, things aren't looking good. If you've got any plans, do it now. So knowing how much Gav loved playing for Six and Out and playing in a band, I'd have to say out of all of us, he probably loves playing in the band more than all of us. He just loves it. He lives for it. You know, when you send a WhatsApp out on anything in the band, he's the first to reply. He's the first to be at the rehearsal. He's the last to leave. So our immediate thought is, OK, if we're going to do this, let's do it now.
You know, we got together and we said, look, you know, he's going to need something to look forward to.
When something like health-wise sort of comes into play, you start to reassess.
We don't know what's going to happen, but let's live for now.
No one knows what's going to happen today or tomorrow, any of us. So if we're going to be on this earth, let's have some fun doing it.
I think we're always looking for a reason, and if that's not a good enough reason, I don't know what is.
The sky above won't fall down.
We just made that call right then. Let's go and get the band back together. And if everyone's too busy, well, there's always time. There's always time in the day. Let's make ourselves enough time and let's get back out the road and try and do some more shows again.
In the back of our minds, we know it's there, but, you know, when we get together, we put that to the side and we're just ourselves. We just got to make sure every gig that we do is like our last. And that's the way we're looking at it.
Music's the time I actually feel calm. I feel happy. And it just is such a great thing to handle stress in life. So I think that's the role it's played.
Mate, that was a great pleasure, mate. Thanks so much.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. You're a band.
I've done my bucket list, brother. My bucket.
Mate, killer. That was awesome. You're a freak. Can I get a photo with the whole band?
Yes. Come on.
Oh,
Rock
thanks,
on.
boys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, mate. It's made our night, mate.
It was awesome. It was awesome to be up on stage.
You know what we were tonight?
Absolute legends.
We were in a totally average band.
Next time on Six and Out, Second Innings.
When I heard the band was making a comeback, I thought, well, I suppose it's good enough for Johnny Farnham and Lazarus. It's good enough for Six and Out. So
I texted a few of the boys and said, hey, boys, we're playing at the Gov tonight. And they were like, we are there.
Our family and friends, they couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it.
Oh, yeah, the phone call.